Hey guys, my name is Greg, and this is The Blind Guy Show. Today I would like to talk about an accomplishment that I made over the summer, and I made this accomplishment because I stepped outside of my comfort zone as a blind person. Alright, so let me give you a little bit of a backstory before I get into this. When I normally leave the house, I have someone with me, my wife, a family member, or a friend, and I'm doing the sighted guide thing. My hand is usually on someone's shoulder or elbow, and they're guiding me around, and my cane is in my right hand. So when we go out to Walmart or a restaurant or any kind of a store or anywhere, I'm doing the sighted guide thing. Unless, of course, I'm just going out for a walk by myself around my neighborhood where I'm in a familiar area. Anyway, when I go to my ophthalmologist, I usually have my wife or my stepdaughter with me. So I do the sighted guide thing. They take me into the building, into my appointment, and then they bring me back out of the building and escort me to the car. Well, in the beginning of October, I had an appointment with my ophthalmologist. Let me add that I know this building like the back of my hand. I've had 15 or so surgeries on my eye, multiple follow-ups, so I've been to that building and to the office probably hundreds of times. So for this last appointment, of course I needed a ride, so I had my stepdaughter drive me there, but I decided to do things a little bit different this time. I had her drop me off at the door, and I was going to navigate my way to the appointment by myself. And that's exactly what I did. I caned my way to the door, found my way to the elevator, and once I was in the elevator, luckily there was someone in there, so I didn't have to search for the button to get to the right floor. But once I got to the right floor, I then navigated my way to the doctor's office and in the door and went up to the window. Now the window is located on a long counter, probably about 10 feet long. Normally you go to the window on the right, which is where I went. And I noticed that there wasn't a sign and clipboard there, so I figured that one of the other windows was open. And when I started to move to my left, someone who was seated in the waiting area said, "Sir, you have to take a couple steps to your left," which I did. And he said, "Well, you have to take a couple more." And he helped me get to the correct window. I found the sign-in sheet, which, of course, I don't have to sign in. And then I checked in, and I turned around and went to the waiting area and found a seat by myself. And this is something that I would never have done before, but I did it. I found a seat. Everything worked out. Then the doctor's assistant came out and we went back to the exam room, did all of the examination stuff, had my appointment. I then navigated my way out of the office and back to the elevator. This time there wasn't someone in there, so I had to use the Era app and contact an agent who helped me find the ground floor button and made my way out of the building to my stepdaughter who was waiting by the curb. So yeah, I stepped outside of my comfort zone, went out in public by myself with a cane, and this wasn't just going on a walk around my neighborhood. This was going to a public building by myself, which I think is a big deal. This is something I would not have done. This was not in my comfort zone, and I had to step outside of that, break out of my blind shell, and do something that I was not accustomed to doing or comfortable doing. Alright, so stepping outside of my comfort zone and going out on this little excursion by myself taught me that the world is not such a scary place. I can do things by myself as a blind person. All it really boils down to is confidence. And, well, this excursion built up my confidence significantly, as well as my self-esteem. So I just thought I would share this little story of accomplishment with everyone. Maybe in hopes of encouraging someone else to do so, stepping outside of your comfort zone, doing something you haven't done recently, or maybe since you've gone blind, can really boost your self-esteem and confidence. So go out there and give it a try if you're ready. I know this was a really big deal for me. Alright guys, this concludes this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. So if you're new around here, maybe consider subscribing to the channel and clicking that like button, because the likes help with the algorithms and help my video get out and be seen by the masses. You can drop me a comment if you want. I love comments. I love answering them. You can even share this with your friends on your social media pages. My name is Greg, and this has been The Blind Guy Show. I'll see you next week. Peace.